Coucou puces, hello my loves, Marhaba habibetey. Let's chat, shall we? There's been a lot going on in the world. This video was supposed to go up on Sunday. I do kind of my chatty videos on Sunday usually, but I was kind of overwhelmed. And I wasn't sure where to start, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to say, and so I was like, I'll take my time, film this late. It's like the middle of the night right now. And if it goes up, it goes up, and if not, we'll talk about it next week. But there's just been so much going on in the world, and I kind of wanted to chat about it. And with so much going on in the world, I feel like sometimes we don't talk about it. The things that have been weighing deeply on my heart have been the brutality related to the death of people by the hands of the police, the death of police officers happening in the States, have also been the mass casualties suffered in Baghdad around Eid, which I read a story which was like, we were out shopping for Eid gifts and now we're shopping for coffins. My legs have just gone numb as I remember that. Like, the 3 bombings that happened in Saudi, it's just, there's all this hate and all this anger and all this death, like, to call it just by what it is. And I don't know, it's been strange. So part of me goes numb and gets really, really sad. And then another part of me goes, we need to talk about this and we need to address it. But I also want to be happy, and I want, like, so this is where the contradicting emotion comes into play, because I will feel this need to say something and have a conversation and reach out, and I'll do that on social media or whatever in my daily life with people around me, and then I'll want to be kind of, superficial and have fun and smile and talk about lipstick, and then as soon as I do that, I feel kind of guilty. I'm like, there's bad things happening in the world, don't smile. But then I'm like, that's ridiculous. The whole point is we can't stop smiling. And so while I was thinking about what I really wanted to say in this video, because I felt like I needed to say something, I needed to have the conversation with you guys, as much because I feel like it's my responsibility as a human being on this earth to say something. There was that part of it. And then as much of it is also about the fact that, like, I need to talk to you guys. I need to lean on you guys. And so, yeah, that's why we're here. So what I came to, the essence of what I came to after kind of all the thinking about it, was that I don't know how we solve the problem. I don't know how we solve such a deeply ingrained issue of racism in the US. I don't know how we stop acts of terror and violence and hatred. I don't know. I don't know. But I know that the solution starts with having the conversation, not kind of hiding behind anything, not being scared of being open and honest and having the conversation. A lot of time there's this backlash on social media of people really being scared to say anything because people can react so harshly and so strongly and so opinionatedly. So not having a fear of that, being open and honest and generally starting the conversation, I think is important. And then the second part, which is why we're here, obviously, or why I'm here right now today. The second part of it is, again, I don't know how the bigger issue gets solved, but I do know that on a personal level, the way we start working towards that is projecting out so much positivity, so much love, so much compassion, because I genuinely believe that emotion is A, more powerful than the other emotion, and B, more prevalent. And I think a lot of time, because the anger and the violence is so much louder, we forget. And so we have to be just as loud in our compassion, in our love, in our positivity. And so that's kind of what I'm here for today. I think when we have to continue to talk about these things, because it's important to talk about them. It's important to show love. It's important to show compassion. It's important to have the conversation so those affected by it can feel heard and supported and loved, But it's also important to be able to turn around and then say, like, look at this great lipstick I'm wearing, or oh my gosh, I just had this most amazing meal, or I saw this movie and I laughed out loud, like Coca-Cola came out of my nostrils. I think it's important to allow ourselves to live in the moment, not only because in not doing so does the hate and the violence win even more, but also because life is short and you never know what is going to happen and what life has in store for you. And so we owe it to ourselves to be happy on a selfish level, but also by being these happy, beautiful, outgoing human beings, we spread that into the world. And I genuinely believe that by spreading that into the world, you rub off on people around you. Just try one day, like go one day. I've been like working on it myself, where I reprogram myself so I don't live in negative space. We can you can get yourself into a really negative space and negative pattern of behavior in the way that you talk, the kinds of stories you share with people you are around, kind of a lot of, not saying like don't talk about big issues because that gets counterproductive to what we just said, but we can kind of complain or think negatively or think, in kind of in a way that's not productive. Try to shift that and only look at the positive in things all day long and see how the people around you kind of start to shift the way they look at the day too, and the way that they look at things in front of them. So I genuinely believe that if we're positive and upbeat and happy and supportive and compassionate human beings out in the universe, that will start rubbing off on those around us. So really the crux of what I'm saying is like, let's talk about this. Let's have the discussion. Let's show each other compassion, but let's also live life so boldly and so unapologetically positive and beaming that everyone around us can't help but be that way as well, So I don't know. When I was thinking about filming this video, I think I was worried that it was going to come off as just me sitting here looking at you guys being like, I don't even know. And I feel deflated and I feel all these things. But strangely, I feel optimistic. I have faith. I have hope in mankind. My heart is breaking and it's heavy, and I've cried till there seems like there's going to be no more tears left in my body over the atrocities that are not okay, that are not forgivable, that are happening. But I have to be optimistic and I have to be positive because I believe in the good, and the good will prevail. And yeah, I'm comforted. I think every time I see the outpouring of love from you guys, that takes up so much more room in my heart. Not that the compassion falls away, but that takes up all the room of that hatred and that sadness. There's so much compassion and drive left, but the positivity is such a productive emotion that moves you forward, that compels you to live, that compels you to speak out, that compels you to do things. And so that's why I believe that as the more we talk about it, the more we act in positive ways, the more we will become kind of propelled to action and propelled to positivity. And I hope I'm making even a little bit of sense, but that's really what I wanted to chat to you guys about today. I think that's it. I think significantly said the same 5 words and conveyed my message, but let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you guys have been dealing with things. Let me know your solutions on a micro or a macro level. So yeah, I think that is it. We'll probably be talking about more of these kinds of topics in the coming weeks because it's kind of top of mind and all that kind of stuff. But that's it for today. I'm doing some quick points of positivity and I'll be done. My first is this video and being able to chat with you guys and getting excited to read the comments on it. My second point of positivity is getting to this place emotionally, like feeling it really in my bones, which is exciting. And then my third point of positivity is the optimism I have. We're gonna get through this. We really, really are. And we're gonna bond together. And it's really times of hardships that bring out people's true characters. And I think that is a really important and valuable thing. So anyways, that is it for me today. I will talk to you guys soon. Before I leave you, as always, let me remind you that you are loved, of course, first and foremost. And secondly, that life is just way too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye, guys.